Matt, I'm not sure if you could hear, but a lot of pressure coming from Spain and a few other European countries over the weekend to impose sanctions on Israel. But is there not an issue here that it doesn't seem that any kind of international pressure has any effect on Benjamin Netanyahu?
I mean, thus far, it does seem to be the case. I mean, I do see the pressure growing. I think it's too little. I think it's coming too late, but I do think it does make a difference. I think Netanyahu is much more isolated now than he has been. But ultimately, what it's going to take is for countries in the European Union, particularly countries like the UK, France, and Germany, to cut off arms, to show that it's not just criticism, but they will no longer be facilitating this war. What international experts and scholars have long termed a genocide, what former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert recently wrote was a war of annihilation. So I think this pressure is coming too soon, but I hope it increases. But I will add, ultimately, the United States is the country that I think could really make a difference. The United States could end this war tomorrow. Simply by cutting off the flow of arms, one phone call from the U.S. president to apply real pressure. This is something the Biden administration failed to do, something that Trump is failing to do.
We've heard from Donald Trump overnight, but on Ukraine and Russia, he has remained silent on what is happening in Gaza. What do you think, Matt, it could take or would take to shift Donald Trump's way of thinking on this conflict?
Well, I think Donald Trump, is very focused on deal making. We saw him, he was in the Middle East just last week, trying to cut deals with various governments and regimes in that region. I think right now he does not seem to think that the continuing catastrophe in Gaza undermines his kind of regional goals. I think once he does realize, and I hope and expect he will realize very soon, that he cannot achieve any of these grand deals he's hoping to make in the region, with the Gaza war still going on. He will need to address it. And I hope he'll realize that very soon. But unfortunately, right now, he does not seem yet to have fully understood that.